kapsuti. Dagi jinso ki pe sonamgi. Jola penshir sange ju pasho. Sange chodang soki chonam la. Shangju bardu dagni kapsuchi. Dagi jinso ki pe sonam ki. Drola penshir sange ju pasho. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Manam kadam yam pe sem chantam she dewadang dewe kurdang dempar jorchi. Dug now dang dunal gi gudang drawar jorchi. Dug now me pe dewadang mi drawar jorchi. Nay ring chak dang ni dang dwell way tang nam la ne pa chi. Manam kadam yam pe sem chen tam she de wa dang de we gru dang dem pa chi. Dug now dang do now gi gu dang draw war chi. Dug now me pe de wa dang mi dra wa chi. Nay ring chak dang ni dang dra we tang nam la ne pa chi. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostration, offering, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Chaksa wadang cho ching sapadang. Jesu yi rang kol sing so wa yi. Ke wa jung se da gi ji sak pa. Tam je zog pe shang shub chir no. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And thank people on YouTube for joining us. If anybody has any questions, you can always reach out to us through our email at buddhapracticestudy@gmail.com. And you can check out our website at buddhapracticestudy.com. So, French, Gabriel, if you would please, if you will read the first of the opening prayers for the Bardo Thodol recitation. So this is the root verses of the intermediate states. If you can, if you can read the small italics at the top of the page, and then the darker bold part would be very good, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lance. Yes, I will. Root verses of the six intermediate states. According to this cycle of teachings, the circle of birth and death can be seen as being composed of six intermediate states. These six modalities of existence are waking living state, dreaming, meditation, the time of death, and the two successive phases of the after-death state are defined in the glossary. This poem emphasizes the centrally important perspective that relates to each of these states. It is recommended that practitioners should memorize these verses and recite them repeatedly while reflecting on their meaning throughout their lives. I bow down to the conquerors, the peaceful and wrathful deities. Alas, now as the intermediate state of living arises before me, renouncing laziness for which there is no time in this life, I must enter the undistracted path of study, reflection, and meditation. Taking perceptual experience and the nature of mind as the path, I must cultivate actualization of the three Buddha bodies. Now, having obtained a precious human body this one time, I do not have the luxury of remaining on a distracted path. Alas, now as the intermediate state of dreams arises before me, renouncing the corpse-like insensitive sleep of delusion, I must enter free from distracting memories the state of the abiding nature of reality. Cultivating the experience of inner radiance through the recognition, emanation, and transformation of dreams, I must not sleep like a beast, but cherish the experiential cultivation which mingles sleep with actual realization. Alas, now as the intermediate state of meditative concentration arises before me, renouncing the mass of distractions and confusions, I must undistractedly enter a state which is devoid of subjective apprehension and free from the two extremes, and attain stability in the stages of generation and perfection. At this moment, having renounced activity, having attained a singular concentration, I must not fall under the sway of bewildering mental afflictions. Alas, now as the intermediate state of the time of death arises before me, renouncing all attachments, yearning, and subjective apprehension in every respect, I must undistractedly enter the path on which the oral teachings are clearly understood, and eject my own awareness into the uncreated expanse of space. Immediately upon separation from this compounded body of flesh and blood, I must know this body to be like a transient illusion. Alas, now as the intermediate state of reality arises before me, renouncing the merest sense of awe, terror, or fear, I must recognize all that arises to be awareness, manifesting naturally of itself. Know such sounds, lights, and rays to be visionary phenomena of the intermediate state. At this moment, having reached this critical point, I must not fear the assembly of peaceful and wrathful deities, which manifest naturally. Alas, now as the intermediate state of rebirth arises before me, I must with one pointed intention concentrate my mind and resolutely connect with the residual potency of my virtuous past actions. I must obstruct the womb entrance and call to mind the methods of reversal. This is the time when perseverance and purity of perception are imperative. I must give up all jealousy and meditate on my spiritual teacher with consort. From the mouth of the accomplished masters come these words: O you, with your mind far away, thinking death will not come, entranced by the pointless activities of this life, if you were to return empty-handed now, would not your life's purpose have been utterly confused? Recognize what it is that you truly need. It is a sacred teaching for liberation. So, should you not practice this divine sacred teaching beginning from this very moment? And it is also said, if I choose not to take the oral teachings of the spiritual teacher to heart, am I not the deceiver of myself?
Very good. Brendan, will you continue page 7?
Natural liberation of habitual tendencies, the 10-branched prayer for the accumulation of merit. Visualize in the space before you the three precious jewels and the deities of the 100 enlightened families, and then recite as follows. The branch of taking refuge. Om, Ah, Hum. I respectfully take refuge inseparably from now until enlightenment, in the infinitude of peaceful and wrathful deities. The conqueror is gone to bliss. The three precious jewels, the meditational deities, the ocean of dakinis, and the assembly of oath-bound protectors within the infinite Buddha fields, reaching to the limits of space. The branch of invitation. I request the infinite, peaceful, and wrathful deities of the 10 directions and 4 times, compassionate emanations embodying discriminative awareness and skillful means, pervading the vast infinite space of reality's expanse, to come to this place for the sake of all living beings. The branch of request. Rejoice and summon. The branch of requesting the deities to be seated. I request that the meditational deities be seated here on sun, moon, and lotus cushions, symbolizing skillful means, discriminative awareness, and their stainless union. Upon their bejeweled thrones, fashioned in the form of lions and so forth, in an attitude of unblemished supreme delight. Within this mandala of pristine cognition, which is the natural purity of phenomenal existence, the branch of paying homage. I bow down to the assembly of the peaceful and wrathful conquerors, to the father and mother deities and all their offspring, whose essence is the pristine cognition of Samathabhadra, displayed in uncorrupted bliss in the secret womb of Samathabhadri. The branch of making offerings. I request the peaceful and wrathful conquerors, the oceans of those gone to bliss, to partake of these inestimable outer, inner, and secret offerings, both those actually arrayed and those mentally emanated, which are offered for the benefit of all living beings. The branch of the confession of negativity. I acknowledge and remorsefully confess all my negative obscurations and all my habitual tendencies of body, speech, and mind, beginninglessly influenced by the 3 poisons, which are the accumulating causes for rebirth among the lower states of suffering and cyclic existence. The branch of sympathetic rejoicing. I rejoice with the great delight in the Buddha fields of supreme bliss, where all phenomenal existence is recognized as the pervasion of reality's expanse. I rejoice in all compassionate acts and their merits, and in their altruistic intention, and in all deeds that are the source of merit and pristine cognition. The branch of turning the wheel of the sacred teachings. I exhort the teachers throughout the fields of the 10 directions, who are as numerous as atoms, to stir from their meditative commitments for the sakes of all sentient beings, and to turn the wheel of the sacred teachings, thus entirely pervading the reaches of space. The branch of requesting the Buddhas not to enter nirvana. I beseech you, O teachers, infinite Buddhas without exception, to remain present and not to pass into pari-nirvana, and to continue to enact deeds of extensive benefit for the sake of beings, until the world systems of cyclic existence have been emptied. The branch of the dedication of merit to the unsurpassed greater vehicle. By the power of whatever past, present, and future virtues I accumulate, may all sentient beings throughout the furthest reaches of space mature into worthy recipients of the unsurpassed greater vehicle, and then swiftly attain the status of the infinite, peaceful, and wrathful deities. As the 10-branched prayer is concluded, the Lama visualizes that all the objects of refuge melt into light and then gradually dissolve into the crowns of each of the attending persons, including the dying person and himself.
Take a moment, visualize that statement. Visualize all the objects of refuge melt into light, dissolving into our crowns that are here, that are watching this, listening to this, and to those who have passed. Take a deep breath all the way down to your abdomen, down to your navel, and hold the breath at your navel. Exhale, squeeze out that breath, squeeze the abdomen, and hold that empty breath. Stay relaxed and breathe normal. Now we go to the next part, the natural liberation of habitual tendencies, the purification. So first, this is on page 14. And on the right side in English is the translation of the mantra, Om Ahung Bodhicitta Mahasukha Janadatu Ah, Om Rulu Rulu Hung Jo Hum. That's the mantra. And then to the right is this English translation. It is the unified intention of the body, speech, and mind of the 42 peaceful and 58 wrathful deities of the great Buddha field that displays the wisdom that cuts through all ignorance to manifest their wisdom for the benefit of the enlightenment of all sentient beings. So we recite 3 times the mantra. Om Ahom Bodhicitta Mahasukha Janadatu Ah Om Rulu Rulu Hung Jo Hum. Om Ahom Bodhicitta Mahasukha Janadatu Ah Om Rulu Rulu Hum Jo Hum. Om Ahom Bodhicitta Mahasukha Janadatu Ah Om Rulu Rulu Hum Jo Hum. From the field of reality's expanse, uncreated and pure, within a celestial palace, which is a seminal point of light, pure, unceasing, and radiant, through the natural expressive power of one's own mind, uncontrived and empty, intrinsic awareness, radiant and empty, arises in the form of Vajrasattva. Seated upon a bejeweled throne, adorned with lotus, sun, and moon cushions, the right hand holds a vajra at the heart, symbolizing the union of awareness of absolute wisdom and emptiness. The left hand supports a bell, resting on the hip, symbolizing the union of wisdom appearances and emptiness. And the head is adorned with a garland of perfect Buddhas, representing the 5 enlightened families of those gone to bliss. Thus, Vajrasattva manifests in the form of Buddha body of perfect resource, exquisitely adorned with silks and jewels, seated in the posture of royal ease, with the right leg extended and the left drawn in. Radiating at the heart is the seed syllable hum, surrounded by the 100-syllable mantra. We recite 3 times. Om Vajra Sattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajra Sattva Tenopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Shriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sara Tadagata Bajra Mame Munsa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Vajra Sattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajra Sattva Tenopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Shriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sara Tadagata Bajra Mame Munsa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Bajra Sattva Samaya Manu Palaya Bajra Sattva Tenopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Shriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 hu Bhagawan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Munsa Bajri Bawa Maha Samaya Satwaha. So the instruction here says repeat as many times so that the two obscurations may be cleansed. The obscuration of afflictive emotions and the obscurations of mental misconceptions that are cleared away, purified. So now we go to page 67. We'll come back to the main practice the next time, but now we're going to the actual practice for the benefit of Mark and Yuri. So we come to page 67, and this is the aspirational prayer calling for the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas for assistance. So we recite this prayer 3 times. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, abiding in the 10 directions, refuge of living beings, imbued with compassion, imbued with knowledge, imbued with clear vision, and imbued with love, come to this place by the power of your compassion and accept these displayed and visualized offerings. O compassionate ones, as you are the fountain of all-knowing, pristine cognition, of loving compassion, of effective activity, and of a power to grant refuge beyond conception, come to this place. O compassionate ones, this human being, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich Kuroshavin, are leaving this world and have journeyed to another shore. They have been cast off from this world and have approached the great transition of death. Suffering deeply, they are without a friend, without a refuge, without a protector, and without a companion. Their perception of this life has faded away. They are moving on to another world, entering a dense darkness and falling into an unfathomable abyss. Entering the thick forest of doubt, they will be driven on by the potency of past actions. They will be entering a great wilderness, borne away on a great ocean, and driven on by the vital winds of past actions. They will be moving in a direction where there is no firm ground, entering a great battlefield, being seized by great malevolent forces and becoming overwhelmed by fear and terror upon meeting the executors of the unfailing laws of cause and effect. In accordance with their past actions, powerless to resist, they may even yet again be entering the realms of rebirth. The time has come when they have no choice but to move on alone, leaving their dear friends behind. O compassionate ones, grant refuge now to this person, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich, who have no refuge. Protect them, be their companion, defend them from the great darkness of the intermediate state. Turn back the great hurricane of past actions. Protect them from the great fear and terror of the unfailing laws of cause and effect. Rescue them from the long and dangerous pathways of the intermediate state. O compassionate ones, be unsparing in your compassion. Grant assistance to them. Do not allow them to be expelled into the 3 kinds of inferior existence. Without wavering from your ancient vows, swiftly release the power of your compassion. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, for the sake of this person, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich, be unsparing in your compassion. Do not allow the sentient beings to fall under the power of negative past actions. O 3 precious jewels, protect us from the sufferings of the intermediate state. Read aloud 3 times by oneself and others present. May its impact not cease until cyclic existence has been emptied. Let good auspicious prevail. Om Ahom. Back to page 67, please. Oh, Ricky Boo, The name Ricky Boo, where you see that on the second paragraph in the middle of the sentence there, Ricky Boo, and then we say the name of the person who has passed or is passing. So we don't have their Dharma names, but we use their English names where it's used, their native names. The translation of Ricky Boo is, "O child of Buddha nature." So when we say Ricky Boo, we're saying, "O child of Buddha nature," and then their names. So this is calling out to them. And we're calling out to them not so much with our voice, not so much with our intellectual activity, but with our heart. That we're sending out a heart vibration to them and to all the beings who are in the Bardo, all beings that are in the different six realms, the six Bardos, and so on, but in particular to those in the Bardo of Death, and especially Mark and Yuri. So we recite this again now 2 more times. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, abiding in the 10 directions, refuge of living beings, imbued with compassion, imbued with knowledge, imbued with clear vision, and imbued with love, come to this place by the power of your compassion and accept these displayed and visualized offerings. O compassionate ones, as you are the fountain of all-knowing pristine cognition, of loving compassion, of effective activity, and of a power to grant refuge beyond conception, come to this place. O compassionate ones, this human being, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich, have left this world and have journeyed to another shore. They have been cast off from this world and are approaching the great transition of death. Suffering deeply, they are without a friend, without a refuge, without a protector, and without a companion. Their perception of this life has faded away. They are moving on to another world, entering a dense darkness and falling into an unfathomable abyss. Entering the thick forest of doubt, they will be driven on by the potency of past actions. They will be entering a great wilderness, borne away on a great ocean, and driven on by the vital winds of past actions. They will be moving in a direction where there is no firm ground, entering a great battlefield, being seized by great malevolent forces, and becoming overwhelmed by fear and terror upon meeting the executors of the unfailing laws of cause and effect. In accordance with their past actions, powerless to resist, they may even yet again be entering the realms of rebirth. The time has come when they have no choice but to move on, alone, leaving their dear friends behind. O compassionate ones, grant refuge now to this person, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich Kuroshabin, who have no refuge. Protect them, be their companion, defend them from the great darkness of the intermediate state. Turn back the great hurricane of past actions. Protect them from the great fear and terror of the unfailing laws of cause and effect. Rescue them from the long and dangerous pathways of the intermediate state. O compassionate ones, be unsparing in your compassion. Grant assistance to them. Do not allow them to be expelled into the 3 kinds of inferior existence. Without wavering from your ancient vows, swiftly release the power of your compassion. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, for the sake of these persons, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich, be unsparing in your compassion. Do not allow this sentient being to fall under the power of negative past actions. O 3 precious jewels, protect us from the suffering of the intermediate state. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, abiding in the 10 directions, refuge of living beings, imbued with compassion, imbued with knowledge, imbued with clear vision, and imbued with love, come to this place, by the power of your compassion, and accept these displayed and visualized offerings. O compassionate ones, as you are the fountain of all-knowing pristine cognition, of loving compassion, of effective activity, and of a power to grant refuge beyond conception, come to this place. O compassionate ones, these human beings, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich Koroshavin, have left this world and have journeyed to another shore. They are being cast off from this world and have approached the great transition of death. Suffering deeply, they are without a friend, without a refuge, without a protector, and without a companion. Their perception of this life has faded away. They are moving on to another world, entering a dense darkness and falling into an unfathomable abyss. Entering the thick forest of doubt, they will be driven on by the potency of past actions. They will be entering a great wilderness, borne away on a great ocean, and driven on by the vital winds of past actions. They will be moving in a direction where there is no firm ground, entering a great battlefield, being seized by great malevolent forces, and becoming overwhelmed by fear and terror upon meeting the executors of the unfailing laws of cause and effect. In accordance with their past actions, powerless to resist, they may even yet again be entering the realms of rebirth. The time has come when they have no choice but to move on, alone, leaving their dear friends behind. O compassionate ones, grant refuge now to these persons, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich, who have no refuge. Protect them, be their companion, defend them from the great darkness of the intermediate state. Turn back the great hurricane of past actions. Protect them from the great fear and terror of the unfailing laws of cause and effect. Rescue them from the long and dangerous pathways of the intermediate state. O compassionate ones, be unsparing in your compassion. Grant assistance to them. Do not allow them to be expelled into the three kinds of inferior existence. Without wavering from your ancient vows, swiftly release the power of your compassion. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, for the sake of these persons, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich, be unsparing in your compassion. Do not allow the sentient beings to fall into the power of negative past actions. O three precious jewels, protect us from the sufferings of the intermediate state. Om, Ah, Hong. Om, Ah, Hong. Om, Ah, Hong. Now we go to the next page. There's one page here that might be missing from your books. I'll read this. It's just a short little title. It says, Herein contained great liberation by hearing, an elucidation of the intermediate state of reality, which is an extract from the peaceful and wrathful deities, a profound sacred teaching entitled Natural Liberation Through Recognition of Enlightened Intention. I bow down to the spiritual teachers, embodiment of the three Buddha bodies, to the Buddha body of reality, infinite light, Amitabha, to the Buddha body of perfect resource, the peaceful and wrathful lotus deities, and to the Buddha body of emanation, Padmakara, protector of beings. So now we turn to page 70. For part one. This is the elucidation of the intermediate state of the time of death and the appearance of the peaceful deities in the intermediate state of reality. So tonight we'll be concentrating on the state of the time of death. This is the introduction to inner radiance in the intermediate state of the time of death. O child of Buddha nature, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich, the time has come for you to seek a path. As soon as your respiration ceases, the luminosity known as the inner radiance of the first intermediate state, which your spiritual teacher formerly introduced to you, will arise. Immediately your respiration ceases. All phenomena will become empty and utterly naked like space. At the same time, a naked awareness will arise, not extraneous to yourself, but radiant, empty, and without horizon and center. At that moment, you should personally recognize this intrinsic nature and rest in the state of that experience. I too will introduce it to you at the same time. We'll repeat this 2 more times. O child of Buddha nature, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich, the time has come for you to seek a path. As soon as your respiration ceases, the luminosity known as the inner radiance of the first intermediate state, which your spiritual teacher formerly introduced to you, will arise. Immediately your respiration ceases. All phenomena will become empty and utterly naked like space. At the same time, a naked awareness will arise, not extraneous to yourself, but radiant, empty, and without horizon and center. At that moment, you should personally recognize this intrinsic nature and rest in the state of that experience. I too will introduce it to you at the same time. O child of Buddha nature, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich, the time has come for you to seek a path. As soon as your respiration ceases, the luminosity known as the inner radiance of the first intermediate state, which your spiritual teacher formerly introduced to you, will arise. Immediately your respiration ceases, all phenomena will become empty and utterly naked like space. At the same time, a naked awareness will arise, not extraneous to yourself, but radiant, empty, and without experience. I too will introduce it to you at the same time. Now the next page, 71. It says, now the sign of the dissolution of earth into water is present, of water into fire, of fire into wind, and wind into consciousness. So we're visualizing the earth, the body, into the blood into the fire, into the heat, the digestion, into the wind, into the breath, and the breath into the mind, into the consciousness. It says, if the dying is a spiritual teacher, then recite. So for us at this time, we really don't know Mark Feinberg, and we really don't know Yuri Anatolyevich very well. So at this time, we're going to imagine that we're going to visualize them as being spiritual teachers in their own right. So there's no reason that we can't think of them in this state. It is a holy being of many births, to whatever degree of accomplishment is coming to you of awakening. So, O Venerable One, I beg you not to be distracted from the cultivation of an altruistic motivation, an altruistic intention. O child of Buddha nature, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich, that which is called death has now arrived. Therefore, you should adopt an altruistic motivation and concentrate your thinking as follows. I have arrived at the time of death. So now, relying on the process of death, I will single-mindedly cultivate an altruistic intention. I will meditate on the generation of loving kindness, compassion, and an altruistic intention to gain enlightenment. For the benefit of all sentient beings who are as limitless as space, I must attain perfect Buddhahood. And in particular, you should think, at this moment, for the sake of all sentient beings, I must recognize the time of death as the arising of inner radiance, the Buddha body of reality. And while in that state, I must attain the supreme accomplishment of the Great Seal, and thereby act for the good of all sentient beings. If I do not achieve this accomplishment, then, recognizing the intermediate state as it is, I will actualize the coalescent Buddha body of the Great Seal during the intermediate state, and thereby manifesting in order to instruct each in accordance with his or her needs. I will act for the benefit of all sentient beings who are as limitless as space. Without giving up the focus on cultivating an altruistic intention in the above way, Recollect the meditative experiences which you formerly developed on the basis of the oral teachings. Then, when the respiration has ceased and the two carotid arteries have been firmly pressed, remind the dying person with the following words. If the individual was a spiritual teacher or a spiritual friend, then oneself. O Venerable One, the inner radiance of the ground is now arisen before you. Recognize it and concentrate directly on its experiential cultivation. Om, Ah, Hong. Om, Ah, Hong. Om, Ah, Hong. And now we recite the liberation mantra. I'm going to share this on the screen. Can you all see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
One.
So Om Mani Padme Hong Shri. Om, the white Om, the green Ma, the yellow Ni, the light blue Pad, the red Ni, May, and the dark blue Hong. And the white and the very, very white, the very brilliant white light Shri is in the center. Om Mani Padme Hong Shri, going out to all beings in the six realms and in the six bardos, going out to all beings, purifying all beings, leading, guiding all beings. Oh, I recite this in the melody of Garchen Rinpoche has shared with us many times. Om Mani Padme Hong Shri. 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 Now we continue. It says, for all others, one should introduce the inner radiance of the ground with the following words. O child of Buddha, we're on page 73, the bottom of page 73. O child of Buddha nature, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich, listen. Pure inner radiance, reality itself is now arising before you. Recognize it. O child of Buddha nature, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich, This radiant essence is now your conscious awareness, is a brilliant emptiness. It is beyond substance, beyond characteristics, and beyond color, completely empty of inherent existence in any respect whatsoever. This is the female Buddha Samantabhadri, the essential nature of reality. The essence of your own conscious awareness is emptiness. Yet, this is not a vacuous or nihilistic emptiness. This is your very own conscious awareness. It is unimpededly radiant, brilliant, and vibrant. This conscious awareness is the male Buddha Samantabhadra, the utterly indivisible presence of these two, the essence of your own awareness, which is empty, without inherent existence, with respect to any substance whatsoever, and your own conscious awareness, which is vibrant and radiantly present, is the Buddha body of reality. This intrinsic awareness manifests as a great mass of light, in which radiance and emptiness are indivisible, is the Buddha nature of unchanging light, beyond birth or death. Just to recognize this is enough. If you recognize this brilliant essence of your own conscious awareness to be the Buddha nature, then to gaze into intrinsic awareness is to abide in the enlightened intention of all the Buddhas. We go back to the bottom of page 73, and we recite this 2 more times. O child of Buddha nature, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich, listen. Please, pure inner radiance, reality itself, is now arising before you. Recognize it. O child of Buddha nature, Mark Feinberg, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich. This radiant essence that is now your conscious awareness is a brilliant emptiness. It is beyond substance, beyond characteristics, and beyond color, beyond empty, completely empty of inherent existence in any respect whatsoever. This is the female Buddha Samantabhadri, the essential nature of reality. The essence of your own conscious awareness is emptiness. Yet, this is not a vacuous or nihilistic emptiness. This is your very own conscious awareness. It is unimpededly radiant, brilliant, and vibrant. This conscious awareness is the male Buddha Samantabhadra, the utterly indivisible presence of these two, the essence of your own awareness, which is empty, without inherent existence, with respect to any substance whatsoever, and your own conscious awareness, which is vibrant and radiant, present, is the Buddha body of reality. This intrinsic awareness manifests as a great mass of light in which radiance and emptiness are indivisible, is the Buddha nature of unchanging light, beyond birth or death. Just to recognize this is enough. If you recognize this brilliant essence of your own conscious awareness to be the Buddha nature, then to gaze into intrinsic awareness is to abide in the enlightened intention of all the Buddhas. O child of Buddha nature, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich, listen. Pure inner radiance, reality itself, is now arising before you. Recognize it. O child of Buddha nature, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich. This radiant essence is now your conscious awareness. It is a brilliant emptiness. It is beyond substance, beyond characteristics, and beyond color, completely empty of inherent existence in any respect whatsoever. This is the female Buddha Samantabhadri, the essential nature of reality. The essence of your own conscious awareness is emptiness. Yet this is not a vacuous or nihilistic emptiness. This, your very own conscious awareness, is unimpededly radiant, brilliant, and vibrant. This conscious awareness is the male Buddha Samantabhadra, the utterly indivisible presence of these two, the essence of your own awareness, which is empty, without inherent existence, with respect to any substance whatsoever, and your own conscious awareness, which is vibrant and radiantly present, is the Buddha body of reality. This intrinsic awareness, manifest in a great mass of light, in which radiance and emptiness are indivisible, is the Buddha nature of unchanging light, beyond birth or death. Just to recognize this is enough. If you recognize this brilliant essence of your own conscious awareness to be the Buddha nature, then to gaze into intrinsic awareness is to abide in the enlightened intention of all the Buddhas. Page 75. O child of Buddha nature, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich, meditate on this, your meditational deity, whoever it might be. Mahakarunika, Avalokiteshvara, Shenrezig, Medicine Buddha, Sangye Menla, Bejraja Guru, Jesus Christ, or any of the great meditational deities that you have grown up in, that has been part of your background, any of them are good. Meditational deities. Do not be distracted. Concentrate intently on your meditational deity. Meditate that the deity appears and yet is without inherent existence, like the reflection of the moon in water. Do not meditate on the deity as a solid corporeal form. Meditate on the Lord of great compassion. Repeat this 2 more times. O child of Buddha nature, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich. Meditate on this, your meditational deity. Do not be distracted. Concentrate intently on your meditational deity. Meditate that the deity appears and yet is without inherent existence, like the reflection of the moon in water. Do not meditate on the deity as a solid corporeal form. Meditate on the Lord of great compassion. O child of Buddha nature, Ricky Boo, Mark Feinberg, and Yuri Anatolyevich, meditate on this, your meditational deity. Do not be distracted. Concentrate intently on your meditational deity. Meditate that the deity appears and yet is without inherent existence, like the reflection of the moon in water. Do not meditate on the deity as a solid corporeal form. Meditate on the Lord of great compassion. And now again we recite the liberation mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum Shri. 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 So now we recite this for a mile around. Different speeds, different melodies. We are now becoming the embodiment of Mahakarunika ourselves. We are visualizing this mantra going out, not just through our voice, but from our heart to all beings, especially to Mark Feinberg, especially to Yuri Anatolyevich, to them, but to all the Bardo beings, to liberate all Bardo beings in the 6 realms of human existence and the 6 Bardos. So going out to all beings. Om Mani. So relax and adopt a good posture, the 7-point posture of Varanchana, whether you're sitting on the floor or you're sitting on a cushion or you're sitting in a chair. Just be relaxed and have a good balance in your body, a good clear mind, and your heart open with this mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum Shri. 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Om Mani Padme Hum Shri. Now we continue like bees buzzing around the beehive for 2 rounds. Om. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Om Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Om Mani Padme Umani Bami 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 Shri Umani Bami 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 Om Shri Om Mani Padme Hum 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 Shri. 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 Now the dissolution meditation. Visualize the Shri, the white Shri, the primal cause at the heart center, rising from the bottom to the top of the seed syllable, becoming invisible as it goes through each syllable, the ah, the ha, the roof of the ha, and the sharp q, the dringbu, dissolving into emptiness, the dissolving into the shunyata, becoming invisible. We'll take a 5-minute dissolution meditation. Your mind wanders, bring it back to the visualization of the Shri syllable. Bring it back to the 6 syllables, all dissolving into light, dissolving into the seed syllable, the Shri, and then the Shri dissolving into the emptiness. Take a deep breath and hold it. Exhale and hold it. Exhale and relax. Take a deep breath through both nostrils, all the way 4 inches below the navel. Expand your abdomen and hold the breath there. And exhale, squeeze the abdomen, presses against the diaphragm, presses against the lungs, forces all the stale, negative, dark air out, and hold that breath. Inhale again. Expand the abdomen, hold the breath 4 inches below the navel, hold it. Exhale, squeeze the abdomen, push against the lungs, force out all the stale, negative, dark air out, and hold the breath. One last time, breathe in fresh, clean, pure air all the way 4 inches below your navel. Exhale, dark, negative, stale air. Stay relaxed and breathe normal. So now the closing prayers for this practice this evening. We go to page 206, I think it is. (207). So last time, please forgive my not remembering. Bernie, did you recite one of the aspirational prayers, one of these last two prayers? And your microphone is muted. Like Bernie.
I recited last time. I recited the tenfold prayer that
Okay.
we did earlier, not the closing prayer.
Will you recite this first one on page 207, the aspirational prayer which rescues from the dangerous pathways? Do you have that?
Yes, I do have it right here.
If you'll recite that, and then Kunga, did you recite last time the on page 214, the aspirational prayer which protects from the fear? Did you recite that last time?
No, I don't think so.
All right, well, will you recite that, please?
Sure.
Okay. And then Larry, good to see you this evening. Larry, I'm going to ask you to do the lineage dedication at the end. So I believe you have a copy of the red prayer book that we use. Larry, do you have this? You don't have a copy of this? I thought I sent that to you. All right, well, no matter. Do you know the dedication prayer by Lord Jigten Sumgun? Do you have that? All right, well, no problem. Then we'll do it next time. I'll do it tonight. Okay. All right. So now we do these aspirational prayers at the conclusion of of each of these practices. So all these prayers, all this was given by Guru Rinpoche Padmasambhava. So and it was translated all by Gurme by excuse me Karma Lingpa. He was the terma discoverer in the 14th century. All right, so Bernie, if you will continue, please.
Okay. Aspirational prayer, which rescues from the dangerous pathways of the intermediate state. I bow down to the spiritual teachers, meditational deities, and the Dakinis. May I be guided on the path of their great love. Oh, as I roam in cyclic existence, driven by deep-seated bewilderment, may the spiritual teachers, holders of the oral lineages, draw me forward, leading me on the path of radiant clear light, which is undistracted study, reflection, and meditation. May the supreme consorts, the host of the Dakinis, support me from behind, and thus encircled may I be rescued from the fearsome passageway of the intermediate state and be escorted to the level of an utterly perfect Buddha. Oh, as I roam in cyclic existence driven by deep-seated delusion, may the transcendent Lord Vairocana draw me forward, leading me on the path of radiant blue light, which is the pristine cognition of reality's expanse. May the supreme consort Akasha Dattesvari support me from behind, and thus encircle may I be rescued from the fearsome passageway of the intermediate state and be escorted to the level of an utterly perfect Buddha. Oh, as I roam in cyclic existence, drawn by the deep-seated aversion, may the transcendent Lord Vajrasattva Akshobhya draw me forward, leading me on the path to radiant white light, which is the mirror-like pristine cognition. May the Supreme Court Consort Buddhalochana support me from behind, and thus encircled, may I be rescued from the fearful passageway of the intermediate state and be escorted to the level of a utterly perfect Buddha. Oh, as I roam in cyclic existence driven by deep-seated pride, may the transcendent Lord Ratnasambhava draw me forward, leading me on the path of radiant yellow light, which is the pristine cognition of sameness. May the Supreme Consort Mamaki support me from behind, and thus encircled may I be rescued from the fearful passageway of the intermediate state and be escorted to the level of an utterly perfect Buddha. Oh, as I roam in cyclic existence, driven by deep-seated attachment, may the transcendent Lord Amitabha draw me forward, leading me on the path of radiant red light, which is the pristine cognition of discernment. May the Supreme Consort Pandara Vasini support me from behind, and thus encircle may I be rescued from the fearsome passageway of the intermediate state and be escorted to the level of an utterly perfect Buddha. Oh, as I roam in cyclic existence driven by deep-seated envy, may the transcendent Lord Amoga City draw me forward, leading me on the path of radiant green light, which is the pristine cognition of accomplishment. May the Supreme Consort Samayatara support me from behind, and thus encircle may I be rescued from this fearsome passageway of the intermediate state and be escorted to the level of an utterly perfect Buddha. Oh, as I roam in cyclic existence, driven by the 5 virulent poisons, may the transcendent conquerors, the male Buddhas of the 5 enlightened families draw me forward, leading me on the path of radiant rainbow light, which is the 4 pristine cognitions conjoined. May the 5 supreme female Buddhas, the purity of the expanse, support me from behind, and thus escorted may I be rescued from the light paths of the 6 impure classes of beings and be escorted to the 5 utterly supreme and pure Buddha fields. Oh, as I roam in cyclic existence driven by deep-seated habitual tendencies, may the assembly of spiritual heroes and awareness holders draw me forward, leading me on the path of radiant multicolored light, which is co-emergent, pristine cognition. May the supreme consorts, the hosts of the Dakinis, support me from behind, and thus encircled may I be rescued from the fearsome passageway of the intermediate state and be escorted to the level of an utterly perfect Buddha. Oh, as I roam in cyclic existence driven by deep-seated, bewildering perceptions, may the assembly of blood-drinking, wrathful deities draw me forward, leading me on the path of radiant rainbow light, which is free from fear and terrifying perceptions. May the assembly of the Krodasvari queens and the expanse support me from behind, and thus encircled may I be rescued from the fearsome passageway of the intermediate state, and be escorted to the level of an utterly perfect Buddha. Om Ah Hung. May the fields of the five elements not arise as a hostile force. May I see them as the field of the five Buddhas. May the element of space not arise as a hostile force. May I see them as the field of the blue Buddha. May the elements of water not arise as a hostile force. May I see them as the field of the white Buddha. May the element of earth not arise as a hostile force. May I see them as the field of the yellow Buddha. May the elements of fire not arise as a hostile force. May I see them as the field of the red Buddha. The elements of wind not arise as a hostile force. May I see them as the field of the green Buddha. May the awesome sounds, lights, and rays not arise in a hostile force. May I see them as the infinite fields of the peaceful and wrathful deities. May the rainbow-colored elements not arise as a hostile force. May I see them as the field of the manifold Buddhas. May I recognize all sounds as my own sounds. May I recognize all lights as my own lights. May I recognize all rays as my own rays. May I spontaneously recognize the characteristics of the intermediate state. May the fields of the three Buddha bodies be manifest. Samaya.
Aspirational prayer which protects from fear of the intermediate states. When my life's course is ended and I roam alone in the intermediate states, the loved ones of this world can no longer help me. So at this critical time, may the conquerors, the peaceful and wrathful deities quickly release the power of their compassion, and may the deep darkness of my ignorance be dispelled. When I roam alone, separated from my loved ones, and myriad images of emptiness arise, naturally manifesting, may the Buddhas quickly release the power of their compassion, and may the fear of the awesome and terrifying intermediate states be annulled. When the five radiant lights of pristine cognition draw, may I recognize them as my own nature, and without awe, without terror, and as the manifold form of the peaceful and wrathful deities arise, may I be fearlessly confident and recognize the characteristics of the intermediate state. When I experience suffering as a result of negative past action, may the great compassionate one dispel all such misery, and as the natural sound of reality reverberates like 1,000 peals of thunder, may all sounds be heard at the teaching of the great vehicle. When I am driven on by past actions, unable to find a refuge, may the meditational deity dispel all such misery, and as I experience the suffering of habitual tendencies and past actions, may the meditative stabilities of inner radiance and bliss naturally arise. When I am miraculously born into the immediate states of rebirth, may I not be beguiled by the perverse prophecies of Mara, and as I freely arrive at every place that I think of, may the bewildering fear and terror generated by my negative past actions not arise. When the roars of savage wild beasts echo around me, may their cries be transferred into the sound of sacred teachings, the 6 syllables, Om Mani Padme Hum. And as I am engulfed by snow, rain, wind, and darkness, may I achieve the pure clairvoyance of radiant, pristine cognition. May sentient beings in the immediate states similar in kind to myself be born into the higher realms, free from rivalry. And as the severe, dissonant mental states generate insatiable hunger and thirst, may the afflictions of hunger, thirst, heat, and cold be annulled. When I see my future parents in union, may I perceive them as Mahakarinika and consort, and for the sake of others, being blessed with the power to choose the birthplace, may I achieve an exalted body adorned with the auspicious major and minor marks. Once I have achieved birth in a supreme human form, may I act so as to swiftly liberate all who see and hear me. And may I would not be influenced by my negative past actions, but multiply and emulate my past merits. Wherever I may be born, in whatever land it may be, may I quickly encounter the meditational deities of my past lives, knowing from immediately after birth how to speak and walk. May I remember my past lives and attain the power of non-forgetfulness. May I easily come to master by studying and reflection the manifold stages of learning, small, intermediate, and great. May the country in which I am born be auspicious, and may all sentient beings be blessed with happiness. O peaceful and wreathful conquerors, may I and all other beings, may I and all others become entirely at one with you and come to resemble you in all your forms, your retinues, your lifespans, and your Buddha fields, in every quality of your supreme auspicious marks. Through the compassionate Mandabhadra and the infinite peaceful Wraithful deities, by the power of truth, of pure reality, and the blessing of the Mantrines who practice one pointedly, may every wish of this aspirational prayer be fulfilled. Samaya, composed by the preceptor from Odayana, Padmakara, may this profound sacred teaching not be extinguished until all the world of cyclic existence have been emptied. This is a treasure text, Toku Karma Limpa.
Mangalam Drizala Zembu Pipa, Alankar Bhavantu, Sarva Mangalam. By the virtue of this Dharma work, may all sentient beings be free from suffering and attain enlightenment. Sarva Mangalam. May all beings and activities be auspicious for the benefit of the enlightenment of all sentient beings. Thank you all very, very much. That concludes the reading of the recitation of the Bardo Thodol for this time. French, I just want to ask you on page 214, on some of the pages, there was a last line that was didn't make it onto the page. Do you have that page, 214? And your microphone is muted. There you are.
Yes, it's been corrected. I have and recognize the characteristics of the intermediate states.
Correct. Okay, good. Yes, you were with us the first time we did this. Yes, so
Yeah.
very good. Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
at this time, does anybody have any comments or questions, thoughts about the meaning of this?
Lance, I have a question.
Yes, Brendan.
So we think of the Buddha Shakyamuni, the historical Buddha, but this text refers to Buddhas. How many Buddhas are there?
Well,
And what can we know
there's
about them?
many meditational Buddhas, and there's many Buddhas who are Tathagatas, who have come through the process of being bodhisattvas, and then being human beings, becoming bodhisattvas, and then being liberated to the point of perfection of becoming Buddhas and so on. But Buddha Shakyamuni was a living Buddha, and he introduced us to the Dharma. And then out of that came the system of the Sambhogaya of recognizing these meditational deities to help us, to guide us through this process of becoming a perfected Buddha. Does that make
Thank
sense?
you. Yes, thank you.
So there's living Buddhas and there's meditational Buddhas. Does anybody else have a comment about that? Okay. That's a good question. The question that I asked myself years ago. Alex, thank you for joining us. We recited this practice today along with Mark Feinberg to Yuri Anatolyevich Kuroshavin, your father-in-law.
Thank you, thank you. I'm still under jet lag, so I have these bouts of tiredness. So now I'm back to waking up state, back to
Certainly.
our Bardo of living.
Certainly.
So I appreciate very much what you're doing.
Thank you.
We had actually very very graceful ceremony yesterday for burial, and all children were witnessing it.
Very good.
We invited rational to the priest to recite, the prayers for, helping also like guard the soul to the restful place, and I had you in mind as well.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So, we'll end very shortly here. I just want to say that, this was the fourth Bardo, the Bardo of Death, that we recited these instructions, these guide instructions. And this Bardo is considered to be the most charged, the most energetic of all the Bardos, because we're going from being a human being, an ordinary human being, in this living Bardo, with all our karma, with all our preconceived misconceptions, with all our habitual tendencies, with all these things, plus all the good virtue, all the good things that we have done, and so on. And all this is being, you know, confused for most of us. And we've been through this many, many, many times. We've been born many times, we've died many times. But now we have a means to be able to recognize this transference of consciousness, this transference of energy, and be able to guide this energy. And this is what the Bardo Thodol is helping us to do. So this Bardo of Death, if we were to be passing, if we were to be dying, if we were to be giving up this energy at a time of great hatred, if we're angry with someone, if someone's coming at us with anger and trying to kill us or to kill our family or something like that, and we're trying to defend ourselves or defend others, there's great power there. There's great hatred there. And we take that hatred with us into the next Bardo. But if we can learn to be able to control our emotions, to be able to control our misconceptions, be able to control our habitual tendencies and so on, and prepare ourselves so that when we actually come to the time of our body dying, that we don't even recognize that there's been that loss of our body. We are already at peace. We are already at one. We are already in that absolute nature. And that's what we're trying to do. This is why this is so important, because this transference of consciousness, this Bardo of Death, can be on the cushion, can be in your meditative practice. And that's what the inner meaning of the Bardo Thodol is to prepare ourselves for our physical, intellectual death, so that our spirit is indestructible. But if we haven't done anything, or we've been able to control the hatred and so on like that, then there's no distraction for that inner breath to be released into the Bardo of reality. Because the next Bardo after the Bardo of Death is the Bardo of reality. And we experience this on the cushion. This is where we have those epiphanies, where we have those visions, where we have those experiences of being amidst the great enlightened ones and so on, and not so literally that we see them as anthropomorphic, as human form or something like that, but we see them as light, we see them as energy, we see them as freedom, we see this as liberation and so on. So this is what we're trying to do. So the outer meaning for the Bardo Thodol is to help somebody else who's going through these Bardos, someone who has died, and we're guiding them through this action of this transformation of going through the Bardos and so on. But the inner meaning is for us to guide ourselves, is to learn ourselves, to recognize that ourselves. So that, as I say, when we do die, that the spirit doesn't even recognize that we lost our body, and it peacefully makes that transition. And that's what becoming a Tathagata becomes. If we get pulled back, if we're being pulled because of our karma, because of our misconceptions, because of our habitual tendencies, we're being pulled away from that freedom. We're being pulled into being born again, to be born a human being, or to be born a God, if we can, if we are fortunate enough for that. But if we have very bad karma, we may be born a hell being, or to be born an animal, or to be born a hungry ghost, or to be born a demigod, a jealous god. So we can be born into any one of those six realms, and how much control do we have to be able to navigate our energy through that, through those fears and so on. So that's why these prayers, these aspirational prayers, are so important to us, because they are articulating what that passage is and what the things to look for that can be an obstacle to us. If we can work with those on the cushion, then when it comes time to leave our body, then we have the potential to be able to make that transition without any distraction. And we become a Tathagata, we become a Buddha. We stay in the Buddha of reality. We stay as the Buddha of reality. And that reality is here. It's here now. We don't recognize it. We recognize this three-dimensional, human experience that we go through. That's what we recognize. But there's other things that are happening in this that we just simply don't recognize as ordinary human beings. So to become a spiritual human being is to make that transcendence, to be able to liberate ourselves from our ordinary human consciousness into being our Buddha consciousness. So I hope that makes some sense. And if anybody has any comments or questions about that, please turn on your microphone and we can talk about it a little bit.
Thank you. That's very helpful elaboration on what's going on. It really helps summarize everything that's going on in Bardo Thodol for me.
Good. Yes, thank you. All right. Well, then I'm just going to recite a lineage dedication prayer. So many of you may have this memorized or you have it written down someplace, but we'll recite the dedication prayer by Lord Jigden Sumgun. And this is a prayer that Kenshin Kunchok Rinpoche always recites at the conclusion of his practices and so on, his teachings and so on. And it's very comprehensive, but concise in terms of all the visualizations and so on. So if you happen to have one of our books that has this prayer in there, it's called the Dedication Prayer by Lord Jigden Sumgun. Glorious, holy, venerable, precious kind root and lineage lamas, divine assembly of Yidams and assemblies of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Yogins, Yoginis, and Dakinis, dwelling in the 10 directions, please hear my prayer. May the virtues collected in the 3 times, by myself and all sentient beings in samsara and nirvana, and the innate word of virtue, not result in the 8 worldly concerns, the 4 causes of samsara, or rebirth as a Shavaka or Pratyeka Buddha. May all mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me and mine, obstructors who harm, misleading Maras, and the hordes of demons, experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May attachment to fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and through that may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise even at the time of my death. May I not die with negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of the mind as such and the pervading clarity of Dharmata. May I, in any case, gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the Bardo. Om, Ah, Hong. Om, Ah, Hong. Om, Ah, Hong. May my body, speech, and mind become inseparable with the body, speech, and mind of all the enlightened ones for the benefit of all sentient beings. Thank you all very much. Thank you, French and Gabrielle. Thank you very much. It was wonderful having you with us, and I hope you can join us again more often. And there's 2 sessions before this that you talked about on YouTube that led up to this, so there's some conversation in there you might enjoy.
I will look at it. Thank you, Lance, for everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you, Kunga. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you, Larry and Bernie, of course. And Alex, thank you so much. So we hope to see everybody again next week.
Thank you, Lance. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye. Thank you.
Good night, everyone. Thank you all.
Thank you.